I made this.
Hey, this is AC Lockyer with Softwash Systems, and I want to talk to you guys about the flagship system that we have for the UK. This is our blend and rinse module. And the great thing about our blend and rinse module is it takes our two most popular products here, our blend module and our bulk rinse module, and puts them on our medium 2-module skid. Okay, and then adds 2 hose reels to the back. So we have a rinsing hose reel that's a 12-inch hose reel with 250 feet of rinse line, and a soft washing application hose reel which has 250 feet of line. It's also a 12-inch hose reel. The super killer thing that a blend module does is you don't have to mix chemicals anymore. There's no more batching. All you have to do is turn a dial. So if you come down here and look, we have a bleach dial and we have a soap dial, so we can adjust our bleach to a target number. Different surfaces will be cleaned by different target numbers. Our soap dial the same way. We can go from 1 to a 6 on our soap dial. So different surfaces might be a 2 on the bleach and a 3 on the soap. Okay, so you're able to adjust this on the fly depending on the surface you're cleaning, and go through a house and clean it from roof to exterior, etc., etc. Coming down from these valves here, we have right here, this is our input valve. We get to choose between our tank or our multi-tap. The multi-tap is killer. We call it a multi-tap because it does a multitude of things. So when I take this stinger hose and put it onto the multi-tap with this cam lock, I can actually take and put this into, here in the UK, they use a lot of these jugs here for getting their bleach. I can drop this into the jug of bleach, very much like a wet dry vac. Put this on multi-tap, turn this valve around here to tank, turn my power on the system, and it'll draw the bleach up through this tube and load your bleach into the system. So if you go to the farm store to buy your bleach and you go ahead and you buy 10 of these jugs, you can suck them up, put them in the system before you leave without that sloshing and splashing of hand loading those buckets into the system. So it's very, very cool. So on the fly, you can adjust your bleach, you can adjust your soap, you can rinse with this head, you can apply wax with this head, you can apply deodorizer with this head. This is your complete soft washing module here. Now the next thing is the blend rinse module. And the blend rinse module is great because it allows you to come in and accelerate your normal water pressure on a building. So you're going to go to the tap. I found out here in the UK it's not called the spigot, it's called the tap. So we go to the tap, you run the tap to the system, it fills the buffer tank, so you have a buffer of water underneath this great 3/4 horse pump. That it re-accelerates the water to about 800 bar, okay? At about, I think it's 620, about 120 liters a minute, okay? At about 800 bar, that gives you great rinsing and knockdown power for a high volume rinse, not a high pressure rinse, which is great for not damaging render and damaging tile roofs or hurting wood here in the UK, because things get very funkalicious here in the UK. Here on the back of the system, we have our 2 hose reels, and I'll spin around here so I can face the camera. The first hose reel here is we have our application hose reel. It's 1/2-inch clear braid hose. We put a 6-shooter on this hose with a 0-degree 20 orifice and a 40-degree. Great thing about the 6-shooter is you can switch back and forth with the cam lock right here, back and forth between these 2 tips, or you can load additional tips on the 6-shooter. It is also tethered to the gun, so you can't drop it if you're up on a roof or your technicians or employees lose the very expensive 6-shooters and tips, okay? Over here we have another 12-inch reel that I spoke about earlier. That's our rinse reel, again with a 6-shooter. This is 5/8 hose, and it's got a 0-degree 50 orifice and a 40-degree 50 orifice for rinsing the building, a stream tip or a fan. These systems are completely battery powered, 12-volt battery powered systems. Okay, the pump up there is 230 volt, but you also can get an inverter and power it off of a bank of batteries, making you completely cordless when you get to the jobs. And when you want to add your soaps We have our great little draw tube here that you can put into any Softwash Systems product. We have a primer ball on it to get it primed into the system. That's also a one-way check valve for loading up your waxes or your soaps or any of your soft washing additives for getting those great results on stucco, render, slate, tile roofs, whatever you're cleaning here in the UK. This is our flagship. This drops into the short bed pickup trucks or takes up a minimal amount of room in a van. Hey, call Purple Rhino Softwash. They're our distributor here in the UK, and get into soft washing and create a legacy for your family here in the UK.